Now where we're located is like Shanghai's Manhattan. It is a little humid, but like I say, the wind has dropped down, and there is our wonderful arena. Athletes already coming out. I'm Karen Bashir, and I'm joined in the commentary box by international archer from Great Britain, Lucy O'Sullivan. Lucy, what do we got to look forward to today?
Well, this morning's session is all about the teams, and today we're going to start off with the women's team bronze final, and it's India versus the Netherlands.
Well, there is the Indian team being presented to a pretty packed out crowd here, you have to say. And the opponents will be coming out. The world number 8 team, Netherlands, Martine, Couwenberg, Jody, Vermeulen, Sanne de Laat, and of course the Indians we just saw, Jody, Surekha, Madhumita, Kumari, and Muskan, Kirar. Team archery, tell us what we're about to see.
So basically what happens is you've got 3 women from each country, and they get 120 seconds per team to shoot 2 arrows each, and basically the highest score wins. You're going to have 4 rounds today, and it's the cumulative score, and yeah, as I said, whoever gets the highest score will win that bronze medal.
There's nowhere to hide in the individual sport, and to some extent with the score being accumulative, so your marks carry on building throughout the tournament. There's nowhere to hide in compound archery, but is there an element of a bit of protection having a team around you?
Oh, completely. I mean, you could have sort of a weaker archer, but in a team round, what they'll do is they'll, combine together and support each other and bring them up.
So here we go. India up first, the bronze medal match in women's team compound archery.
Good shot.
So starting off with a 10, how crucial is the start? I mean, can you build into this? Have you got any time to warm up?
Oh, well, the thing is, over here, we've got a practice field, so Shanghai have set this up perfectly, so the girls would have been practicing another 10. So yeah, that sort of practice with each other will have helped them come on to this final stage. But it is slightly different, the pressure builds when you're in front of the stadium, and you've got the lights everywhere and the cameras, so it's keeping your composure and being with your teammates and just trying to shoot the best you can.
Well, a 29 out of a possible 30 from the first 3 for India. So we switch over to the Netherlands.
Should be happy with that as a first arrow. You wanna start off the day with a 10, especially for your teammates. It kind of builds you up, and if you get a 10, then your teammates know that they can then get a 10.
Margin for error very, very close here. But they are all aiming for 10s, aren't they? They do want to hit that center.
Yeah, I mean, with the compound finals day, most archers will be getting near perfect scores today. So any 9s like that, not gonna cut it really.
Well, 28-29, 3 more arrows for each of the teams. So we switch back to India. As you can see, there's a countdown clock. Lucy, tell us about that.
So basically, each team has 120 seconds. They have 20 seconds per arrow, essentially. But with the teams, it's a little bit of perfect shot.
Best one so far today.
So yeah, and I mean, with the teams, you've got your 20 seconds. Of course, India's got 35 seconds left on the clock. But with the teams, you have to walk on and off the line.
Another 9.
So the girls got loads of time left, 19 seconds for that last shot. Perfect. That's what they want. Excellent.
Well, sharing the load there between the 3 Indians, 58 out of a possible 60. So we've got to have perfection here from the Netherlands in these final 3 arrows. Otherwise, the first end will go to the Indians.
Yeah, so I mean already you've got another 9 there, so they're already 1 point down. So they're going to have to get 2 10s with this shot just to keep that 1 point disadvantage.
And that's the crucial thing, because even though they've lost the end, because the score's cumulative.
Yeah, I mean anything can be, you know, because it's cumulative, they've still got 3 more ends to go. So anything can happen in these matches. But you don't want to extend that disadvantage. Beautiful. She's shooting really well.
Right down the middle. So just 1 point in it, but India snuck ahead. Now, difficult to call favourites here. Their stats, their average stats are so close. Around about 50% win average for both teams. India ranked number 5 in the world, Netherlands number 8. But who do you fancy?
See, I can't be biased, but I have been spending a lot of time with the Netherlands team, so you know, personally they're my favourites, but I think India might just sneak that advantage today because they're shooting so well, and they're a very young team. So you know, I think they've come together as youth championships, and yeah, I think they might just sneak ahead.
Well, we can hear the judge there just confirming the scores, and the 2 teammates from the Netherlands and India there, referred to as agents in this sport, just marking the scores down, confirming with each other what the points are for both teams, and then they're recovering the arrows as well.
Yeah, of course, as your country's agent, you want to try and get the best scores for your girls.
India, second.
Well, high fives all round for the Indian team, but they only lead by 1 here after the first end. And we will, just like that, start things off. You heard the hooter. That's almost like a warning, and then they'll be up.
So of course it's Netherlands to shoot first now because they're trailing. It then switches to the team, the lowest team will start first.
Just like that, 10 seconds disappears.
And that's a perfect shot. So in archery, in compound archery, essentially, well, you have the 10 and the X ring, and the X ring just means a more perfect 10. This is a way for the judges to decide if your arrow is closer to the middle.
9-9，这位就是荷兰女队的灵魂选手，目前排名17。
Their arrow's just slightly off, so they'll probably want to adjust their sight marks, which means that they'll add a few clicks to their sight bar, and that will just kind of move their arrows up into the 10.
Oh, that one went a bit wild as well. That's up and to the right.
And just like that, a match can be won or lost.
Oh, that's dropped way down. That's in the 6.
I mean, that's not normal for this kind of level of archery, especially for number 5 in the world team. Perfect X to recover.
Yeah, good recovery, but India trailing by 3. Look, as a team, you know, if someone does drop an arrow like that, is the pressure on you if you're coming on next?
I think it depends what team you are. If you're the Indian team, you know, obviously you'll be unhappy with your, you know, your teammate. You obviously don't want them to be getting a 6. But the pressure is sort of reduced when it's across 3 people. So they're there to look after each other, and if one person does sort of mess up, the other two can compensate for that. So obviously with the Netherlands team, they put in an 8, but of course the second archer put in a 10. 9.
Well, they've still got control, and just like the first time round, well, 21 points, sorry, 31 points, the difference.
With 3 arrows to shoot.
Exactly. Tough. But important now for India to gather themselves and score as highly as they can, so they aren't trailing by too much.
Bold. Good shot.
So India needs one more 10 just to level the match, and then it will be all tied going into the next two rounds. So there's quite a bit of pressure here. Oh, she won't be happy with that.
Yeah, and you can see almost the reaction on the face before you see the target where the arrow's gone. They know exactly how close to the centre they're going to get.
Yeah, so you know, most good archers at this point in the, the game, if you're at a World Cup final, you know where your arrows are going, and if you do, just get, tweak your hand, your bow hand slightly, you know that that's not going in the 10. It's not a perfect shot, as we call it.
Okay. X 10.
So you hear the referee there just calling out what's going on. They have magnifying glass coming out to check whether that one's on the line. It is. Now, if you are crossing a line, highest score or lowest score?
So yeah, in archery, it's always the highest score. We're a friendly sport in that respect, and that's why you have a judge. So basically, they're there to make sure that you get the highest score, and they get the magnifying glass out just to check that that arrow is on the line and is in the 10.
And you'll see the asterisk next to the 9 on the 4th arrow for the Indians, and that's the one that was being measured. So just like that, India were leading by 1 after the first end. Netherlands have stolen a 3-point advantage in the second to lead by 2, halfway stage of the bronze medal match in the women's team compound event. Well, there we go. Confirmation that 9 was moved up to a 10, so the gap is now just 1 point. Lucy, we said it was going to be tight.
Oh, completely. I mean, this is a bit of a yo-yo match. We've had the Indians leading by 1, now the Netherlands are leading by 1. So we'll wait and see what happens in this 3rd set.
And how much of a difference does it make shooting first? Because the Netherlands shot first last time with the trailing the Indians. Now the Indians trail and they shoot first. Is it easier to put down a marker first for the other team? The pressure's then on the other team?
It kind of depends how you how you cope with pressure situations. So if you're the second team, you can kind of see where the arrows are drifting. If they're going left or right from the other team. So that might help you gauge the wind. All to play for.
Third end, India to shoot first in the bronze medal match against the Netherlands.
Won't be happy with that 8. This might give the Netherlands team an advantage, as they can see that the Indian arrows are trailing off to the left.
them.
2 8s to start with.
Not what you want to see from a bronze medal match. That's better. So that's what they're after. See, high fives.
But is 26 enough?
Muskan.
Netherlands up for the first time in the third end. Potentially could lead by 4 after just 3 arrows.
Perfect shot. She's doing so well now. They seem to have found the middle. And they're such an experienced team.
Oh, this is good stuff. They
Yeah.
sensed an opportunity. You said it, you pulled it, you spotted it.
Yep.
Another big score here for Netherlands, and they could take control of this bronze medal match here in Shanghai. Just slightly pulled. Is that on the line?
That is, yeah, that's in the 9.
So,
So-
good start there from the Netherlands here in the third end.
What's great is that they've left
Go ahead,
themselves
Kirar, continue.
half the
Left
time
eye.
exactly
Right
to
shot
shoot
निकालेंगे,
their
follow
next
through.
3 arrows.
Dot access, good shot.
Perfect shot
All
from
very
India.
good. Come back.
Pressure's
Good.
really on the
All
Indians
very
now. They have to perform. New to
Well done,
archery, these athletes are competing in the compound event. They shoot at a target that's 50 meters away from the starting line, and that 10 is about the size of an apple.
It is exactly the size of an apple.
Now we've referred to this as compound archery. What does that mean, Lucy?
So their bows there
Then-
have wheels, which we call cams, on either side of the bow there. And what happens is when you pull back the string, as you can see here,
वो hand to
the
hand.
cam locks into place and it essentially takes the pressure away from the
लंबा
archer.
breath लेकर cool down
So
करो.
the poundage cuts down in half.
पगा रहा है, कोई दिक्कत
So
नहीं है.
easier to shoot, shorter distance, but smaller target than the traditional discipline.
Time हमारे पास
The
है.
thing is, it's a very, very accurate bow, so everyone is almost getting perfect scores,
लो.
apart from now.
But the pressure's really come on, hasn't it here?
उसी में cool
The
हो गया.
Indians
चढ़ के ऐसे चढ़ गए
getting
ऊपर.
53 out of a possible 60.
The Netherlands team needs a 10 to feel comfortable going into the last end. There you go. 4 seconds to go on the clock. She pushed it straight into the 10.
Now two scores, one from each team will have to be confirmed. So this isn't this is a sort of pending the judge's decision, but
All to play for.
it's really hard to call this one as well, because you would have said at the beginning there was a really big opportunity for the Netherlands to build on the lead,
Yeah.
Easy देखो.
but India managed just to shore things up.
Yeah, I mean, even though they got 3 8s there, with the Netherlands, they did get a sort of
वो नहीं करना. Short करो अपना
an
ना.
8 and potentially another 8.
Short करो.
X 10
लंबा ब्रीथ लेके आउट करो.
9
हो जाओ, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. जो चला गया. खत्म करो.
8 8 to 10 yeah. X 10 10 9 8
इतना
8
हारना दिमाग से हटाओ.
to 8
बड़ा प्लेटफॉर्म पे खेल रहे हैं.
So that was confirmed as an 8, not a 7.
Judge there having to just confirm the scores there. The asterisk scores still not confirmed yet. Both agents, one from the Netherlands, one from India, have to confirm the scores as well.
पता है ना. हर काम कैसे सही होता है.
And there we have it. It is still a 2-point gap here in the bronze medal match after 3 of 4 ends. Netherlands leading India, but wow, it's really tight. Lucy, pressure on now? Would you rather be the Netherlands, knowing that you've got the lead?
Oh, I'd definitely rather be in the Netherlands position going into that last end. And, you know, they seem a lot more relaxed, but you know, as we've seen, India started with the lead, and just like that lost it. So, you know, you
Muskan.
can't finish your shooting until that last arrow.
Trailing team
Just make them.
to go first. First arrow, so important for the Indians here.
And that is an X. So, yeah, they'll be happy with that. It is a perfect 10.
就该他了。
Patience. Good shot. बहुत बढ़िया.
Slightly low, so I mean they really need to be getting the 10s in this last round.
Good shot.
Yeah, every dropped point here is an opportunity for the Netherlands to increase their lead.
Good shot.
Another 9. So out of a possible 30 from their first 3 arrows, India have scored 28.
They'll be hoping that the Netherlands team do something silly now.
Like drop a 6.
Exactly.
Oh,
Or
just
7.
like that.
7、7。
The pressure in this game, it's all about the mind. The technique of all these athletes is so supreme. As you're saying, they're all shooting in and around perfect scores. So it's all about the psychology.
There you go, perfect X to recover. So it doesn't matter if one of your teammates gets a silly shot, as long as the other two. Oh, shout out to the Kiwis there.
Oh,
Perfect.
look at that. Talk about a recovery. Amazing stuff from Laat there. 3 more arrows for the Indians.
Let's continue tight. Burn सीधा.
Yep, should be happy with that. So they need 2 more of those, and then they need to hope that the Netherlands do something silly. Oh, wasting time here.
चल कोई नहीं. Tight रख पूरा. पूरा elbow पे जा.
Oh dear. Drifting out to the left there, and 8.
So they've got 17 seconds for that last shot. She needs to go on the line, draw back, and then shoot.
Oh, that's it.
Perfect shot though. Yeah.
Really good. Well, sometimes when the pressure is on like that, you see some archers really capitalise on it. They find that pressure enjoyable almost. They perform at their highest when the clock's counting down.
And I think that the Netherlands team, because they had an advantage, maybe that affected them a little bit for that. Ah, there you go. Good recovery.
So last 2 arrows here in this bronze medal match in the women's team compound event.
There you go. And every arrow counts, so they need an 8 to win.
And you know what? The way they've been shooting, I think the pressure's really come off. But we've seen both teams drop. 8 required to get the medal here in Shanghai.
And that's perfect. You know, it's not in the 10, but that is enough to win.
And there you go. Netherlands win a really tight bronze medal match here in Shanghai over India. And it was a really, really tight performance between these 2 teams. There's nothing between them in terms of stats, but it's the world number 8 team, Netherlands, that get the medal. There is confirmation of the winning team, the Netherlands. They got the bronze medal here in the Hyundai World Cup Stage 1 here in beautiful Shanghai. India, well, I'm sure they'll be happy with 4th if you'd offered it to them before they came in here, but when you get to a medal match, you always want to win it.